Hello and welcome back again to Stupid Boy UFC. In this video, we are going to discuss UFC 285 main event because that's the fight that is concerning every mixed martial arts fan in the world. We have our special podcast partner, our only podcast partner to be honest, Green Tea,
Only, yeah.
and and I won the bet against Green Tea. He wanted Jon Jones to lose. I say so. I think in that fight, many people
Yes.
doubted that the power that John Jones had, the skill that John Jones has, will translate into in the upper weight class. It is not only about skill; it is also about power. You know, and Cyril Gane has legit power. And we thought that Cyril Gane has had bad wrestling, that would be a disadvantage. But the way that he got dominated, I mean, whom nobody has predicted it. Everybody said that there's a chance for John Jones. I have also thought that there is a chance for John Jones because John Jones was actually way more skillful in the wrestling department. But the way that he defeated Cyril Gane, I mean, it is unpredictable, and I was in a state of shock. When Cyril Gane tapped, I didn't even thought that it was such a difficult joke. It didn't look like he would tap so quickly, and suddenly, all of a sudden, the match was over. John Jones was dancing, and everybody. I mean, John Jones was like, "In your face, Daniel Cormier. In your face, Dana White." Like for 3 years, I've been out because of. Actually, he was out by himself because he was preparing for the fight. He was preparing. I mean, he did very naturally. He just gained a lot of weight naturally, and then he moved on to upper class. So it was very smart strategy. And yeah, I mean, even after so many arrests, after so many bad days, John Jones is still the best martial artist ever. What are your views, Green Tea?
First of all, I was like a little bit concerned that John Jones will be able to come back the same how he was 3 years ago and all, because first of all of the inactivity as well as the the weight gain that he had to do for the whole process. So I was like whether he will able to transform his whole skills as he used to dominate in light heavyweight division. But I think all those answers were like we got all those answers, and I think he is the goat. If anyone has a still has a doubt, I think I don't know about it, but I don't have any doubt. So he is the goat, especially how he has been dominating the last 10 years, and how he's dominated Cyril Gane, and how he's gonna probably dominate the heavyweight in the coming years. So he is the goat, and yeah. So he looked like in if we see the match between Cyril Gane and Jones, we felt that okay, I think he's a little bit sloppy on his feet, but as soon as he got Cyril down on the floor, there was total different levels. So Cyril had no chance like to even come back. So and he got tapped. I was like after the match was done, I was like, what the hell even happened? Like for a few
Yes,
minutes.
yes.
I think the same thing. I think the same face that Cyril Gane had after he tapped, we even had in our face. I was like, okay, did he just tapped? Okay, so all this
We thought,
whole
we thought.
bizarre
Did you
thing,
thought?
yeah.
Did you have that thing in your mind that it was some freakish kind of injury? I thought about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, what happened? Because from initially what they were showing us from that angle, it was didn't look like his hands were under his
Under the
neck.
chin.
Yeah, it was more like under the chin and all, and it was not enough. And then and then but then later on when they showed, it was like okay, it was properly under the not only under the chin but under the neck. So I think he tapped. But then I'm like, if I don't know about Cyril Gane, but I thought he would have been capable of coming out of such positions. But like I don't know whether it was that whole moment with the John Jones, or like that took him a lot, or he's too good. I don't know. So whatever the reason is, so he got dominated. Yeah, and then I think the whole thing was this whole John Jones coming back after 3 years, the whole press conference saga and everything. So we thought, okay, this will at least last for few rounds, and then but then this was like too quick, so it was hard to like process it. But then yeah, he just won fair and square. And then yeah, apart from like whatever happens in his personal life and all, but when it comes to just fighting on the cage, he is the best, and there's no confusion now.
I think couple of things that you said are really like make sense because Dana White is the biggest believer in ring rust. He thought that 3 years of like Dana White even said in the press conference that he's a big believer in ring rust, and he thought that John Jones would have some kind of ring rust. And John Jones initially, when John Jones was, I mean, he was kicked in the nuts, in that match, in the start of the fight. And I was like, oh my goodness, John Jones is moving slowly. So I thought that, like maybe John Jones has ring rust. But there are some guys, there are some guys, they are such a freak of nature. Like whatever they do in their personal life, they don't even train. Like John Jones used to say, I used to party all night and still beat your ass. Like when he said that to Daniel Cormier. So I think like there are some guys that are so freaking talented. No matter what they do, no matter how they prepare, they're good enough on the day. And I've seen his fight against Dominic Reyes. I've seen his fight against Thiago Santos, and also somewhat like against Anthony Smith because he didn't finish Anthony Smith. So I was like thinking about that. Maybe John Jones said that he was not feeling it. He was, because the competition level was not that tough, so he was thinking like he's going to win, so that's why he didn't prepare. And we were like, I don't believe that. I think you were just saying because it was a close fight. Like every boxer do that. So I thought that he's just making excuse. Now I believe him. I think like he took the fight lightly against Dominic Reyes. He took the fight lightly against Thiago Santos because the way that he dominated Cyril Gane, I think like he did. I mean, like he could have wrestled against Alexander Gustafsson fight. That's the one fight I also want to talk about. Because in the second fight he defeated very comprehensively Alexander Gustafsson. So I think like yeah, John Jones was right all the way. He didn't like took those fights seriously, and that's why he won. And that can also be a thing, like whether everything is going in your way, everybody is going to assume that you were right. That can be that kind of psychology too, and that can also be my recency bias because I think like if I look at the heavyweight division, okay, let's just move on to that topic now because that's the hottest topic of discussion. Who do you think defeats John Jones in the heavyweight division? Do you think there's anyone?
Right now, I don't
Yeah.
think so. Right now, I like none of them. Like obviously, if anybody's gonna get a chance, it's probably from the top five, and from top five, I don't see anyone. I
The
honestly don't see. They can give him a little bit of trouble in some aspect. One can give him like a little bit trouble in case of striking, and then some can give him maybe little bit of trouble comes to like wrestling maybe for some time. But as a complete fighter, no, I don't think so. Anybody has a chance, unless and until he gets like caught, like just like a knockout or anything. I don't see anyone like actually giving him any kind of trouble. So the only person I see him getting in trouble is John Jones himself.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like after the fight, he went straight to partying, and Dana White was like, I told Hunter Campbell to just book a private jet and fly John Jones straight to New Mexico, Albuquerque, that's where John Jones lives, straight to his gym, nowhere to party. But I think if I go to the heavyweight division one by one, I should say that Stipe Miocic is his next fight. He literally called Stipe Miocic out. So I think like Stipe Miocic can defeat him in a way if he tries to wrestle. But here comes the long reach advantage of John Jones. Now he can. The thing is that like in heavyweight division, some are good wrestlers and some are good strikers. None of them are good wrestlers plus good strikers. Sergey Pavlovich, good striker, poor wrestler. The way he got defeated against Alistair Overeem, dominated in wrestling department. That was his debut. Maybe he will knock out John Jones in one round. Who knows? Like he's been knocking out everybody. Other fight. I mean, I'm looking at grapplers now. The second is Sergey Spivak, the man who recently defeated Derek Lewis. He can also defeat John Jones, but I still doubt that whether he will be good enough in terms of the reach advantage that John Jones will have over him. Alexander Romanov, no, again no good wrestling, but still that reach disadvantage that he has. And then we move on to strikers. Derek Lewis, absolutely no chance. Getting dominated. He's getting dominated. He was defeated against Daniel Cormier, so no chance. And I don't think Derek Lewis will make that, like to the title picture again. Curtis Blades, good wrestler, not a good striker, not on the level of John Jones. He's going
Yeah.
to lose too. Maybe he has better chance. The only man that I think that has credible chance, maybe some people won't like my pick, but I think Tom Aspinall. When he recovers from knee injury, give him a break, give him a very easy fight, and then just make him fight against John Jones because I don't think John Jones is going to stick for like many years. I think like he's going to have 3 to 4 title defenses because that's the like three title defenses is the limit, is the upper limit. Like never have been more than that title, 3 title defenses in the UFC heavyweight division. So he would like to break that record and then he will retire. So I think like Tommy Aspinall has good striking. He will have again crazy reach disadvantage because Tommy Aspinall has short hands, although he's taller than John Jones, and also his wrestling is good. We saw that against like the big lanky person from what's his name, Volkov, Alexander
Alexander
Volkov.
Volkov.
The way he defeated Alexander Volkov, Tommy Aspinal. So I think like
Yeah,
Tommy
that was
Aspinal.
too easy. Yeah, he just brought
So
him
it's
onto the floor and then
yeah,
submitted him. Yeah.
straight arm lock. That's a very strange way to defeat.
Means, yeah.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
liked it, and I think like he can give a fight.
Hmm.
But other than that, it's very tough. Like
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, from the bottom of my heart, you want I want John Jones to be a good role model first and then become a champion. But he can do both. He can be careless, reckless person, and he can win. So that speaks the level of talents. Like he has 2 brothers, both are champions, like in Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
that
NFL.
whole yeah that whole no yeah, I mean like Super Bowl, NFL, I don't know, I mean
NFL.
like I don't.
NFL. Super
NFL,
Bowl
yeah.
is the finals.
Super,
Finals of NFL.
yeah, yeah. So I think like John Jones is going to be champion for as long as he wants. Yeah, there's a chance in heavyweight division because it's the like division of power fighters, so anybody can knock anybody out, so that can be a thing. And yeah, I mean like I would like to see John Jones lose once and then make a comeback. What I mean like he will become a hero then. I really wanted John Jones to lose in order to be like lovable. He could have been lovable if he would have lost. Don't you think so?
I don't think so. I think what he has, if you notice how much he has done bad in his personal life,
Yeah.
I think the only reason people love him, people, which what I think is because he's a winner.
Yes.
Because he's a
Okay,
winner.
okay. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if you know, people love winners, even if they do bad things and they come back and then win it, and then they think, okay, now he is going to be the good person, but it does not change.
Yeah.
But and I think and I think he sometimes John Jones does bad things in his personal life because he has not been, like, nothing bad happened to him in the cage
Yeah.
professionally, so he's like, okay, so like, I can enjoy as much as possible. Because I think when he was talking in Joe Rogan podcast, and he's like, Joe Rogan asked him, why did he used to do that, why do you party 1 week before the fight, and he's like, I was not. I'm winning anyways, and if I party and if I somehow lost, I can actually like tell to myself, okay, it is because of this reason. So so I think the whole reason he does bad things in his personal life, because he's not getting humbled and you can say personally humiliated in the cage. That never happened, whether it is due to decision or due to, like, knockout or anything. So I think that is, and to be honest, if you notice how usually the fans are, if you are, let's take an example of Greg Hardy.
Okay.
So he has similar kind of personal
Similar,
issues,
similar.
similar, and but he gets defeated a lot, and people like that. But that
Yeah,
never happened to John Jones. So I think it is. I think I just want him that after this win, he stays away from bad things.
yeah.
And whether he fights once or twice, it does not matter. And I hope like best for him. And like I just want him to be like out of trouble. Whether he fights once or he doesn't fight ever, but at least for the rest of his life he just stays away from that. That's most important, because if you notice after the win in the cage, it was not only beautiful to see to him to win, but also to see him with his family and everything is now fine with in his personal life. That's even more good to see. So I'm like, okay, hope that stays just like that.
I think like sometimes John plays that good guy thing. So he was like trying to show the world. I don't know. I had that, like thing in my mind. Like he was a little bit too much, getting too much comfy with his wife. So I was thinking like, is he playing this? You know? But like, okay, yeah, he won. Like, let's give him that. Maybe he had some regrets about what he has done in the past. Yeah, so that's our thing about John Jones, and we both agree. Like he's the greatest of all time now. Like no, like
After this, yeah.
after this, there's no.
There's no, especially like how much years of inactivity he had, and I knew he'll come back stronger because of the personal thing was going on in his life, but I did not know it's gonna be that
That
easy for
dominating.
him to, yeah. And to be honest, if we notice, I think Cyril Gane is still one of the most like if you
Yeah,
say technical IQ, as well as, I'm not saying complete fighter, but at least much more, a fighter with a better
technical.
option, or yeah, better more option in his arsenal. I'll say Cyril Gane was the guy. I think apart from Tom Esmanol, but like he was not like It was like it was almost like the world, this world ended for him, and then that's all. That the whole thing was a totally different, for him. Like it was all taught, it was all John Jones. So like, yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't see anyone else till now, at least, to be defeating John Jones. And to be honest, like in this the if he fights Stipe, I think it is more for the legacy. I don't know
Yeah,
how
it's more for the
much
legacy.
Stipe, yeah, because even Stipe has been inactive for 2 years, so I don't know. We still have to see, and I hope we get a good fight if when Stipe comes back. But then I don't know. I don't see him like defeating John Jones, until unless like if he is a thing. I think the only way I can see him is like maybe somehow dominating like each and every round, and just trying to like stay away from John Jones, getting few hits, putting him into ground, and then somehow getting enough score points or decision in favor of him to win by decision. That's the only way I can see. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's our review of John Jones' win, and in our both humble opinion, he is the greatest of all time. If you like the content, yeah, the way he did that, it was a little bit cringe moment, but like he's the goat, so he can do
He's the
that.
goat. Yeah.
I'm like, we can do that too because this is the goat podcast, you know. So
Yes, it is the goat podcast.
with 300 odd subscribers.
Yes. 300 goat subscribers.
Yeah, like our subscribers are also good. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. We are going to have UFC 286 now, so we are going to do preview of that too. Stay
As well
humble.
as Jan versus the Vashvili.
Yeah, Jan versus Dvalishvili. I really like to, like have that, because my favorite is Peter Jan. I have told you how much I was disheartened with his unjustified loss to Sean O'Malley. So we will do that too. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. Peace.